Big Meech did his first interview from prison. It's been about 2 years since Big Meech has been free. And the interview was lackluster. It was embarrassing. Big Meech hasn't matured not one bit. And I also caught him in a couple of lies. One of the first things I heard that made me laugh out loud, like I'm talking about belly flop laughing, was when Big Meech referred to himself as a big crip. He was big cripping in prison, according to Big Meech.
That's a whole different monster. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to have a celly that you can actually bid with.
Bid with and trust.
So I wasn't taking any celly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, I never told nobody, as far as administration, that I was a crip.
Yeah.
But I was on gang time.
Yeah.
And that's why niggas even love and respected me more. Like, damn, dude on gang
still
time.
on gang
yeah,
time.
I'm on gang time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's rules and it's politics. And I like that heavy politics. And I know that we ain't no hot motherfuckers in our car.
Facts.
You see, some people harbor because they got money. Oh, he got money, so we ain't trying to let nobody
Or a nigga
know.
use, you know what's crazy, right?
Before we even get to the crip thing, he's talking about himself. When he says, oh, listen, man, I was big politicking, big gangbanging, big cripping in prison, and I like the politics because, like, when it comes to our politics, we wasn't harboring nobody. You know, those other gangs, they be harboring people because they got money. He's talking about himself. Big Meech, the person who got the literal power of attorney over Big Meech's life, the person he signed it over to, she was a federal informant. Big Meech introduced the St. Louis plug, which we'll get to a little later in this video, to the federal informant. The federal informant got the St. Louis plug in prison for a very long time. And then the informant said that she did it because of Big Meech. Big Meech sent her and sicked her on the St. Louis plug to give up information to hopefully get a time reduction for Big Meech. So if a rat is your power of attorney and the rat is saying they was working on your behalf, how do you not consider yourself one of those people who's hot? What's more hot than your power of attorney being a federal informant?
Beatrice Fleury has been locked up since 2005, and how are you my unindicted, he's listed in my paperwork, homie, as my unindicted co-conspirator serving 30 years at FCI Lumpop in California. How are you in my paperwork, man? And you are in bed with a government informant that testified in court that she cooperated and set your nigga up for 30-year partner.
There was allegations by the family of a St. Louis kingpin named Dion Cuffy Gatlin.
Just talked to him an hour ago.
Oh, really? To Cuffy?
Yeah.
Okay, so his family saying that Meech cooperated against him and so forth. I had Terrence Casey Williams here yesterday who actually went through the paperwork. What he said was that Meech never cooperated, but there is a woman who Meech knows that I guess he ended up giving his life rights to.
Third party cooperating. Which is him cooperating.
Oh, that some of the money that she got would be shared with his son and his family.
Well, why would he put her in place of the money? What does he benefit by having her in place of the money?
Maybe she was the most qualified business-wise.
Usually, guys from the streets, when we position people to do things, right, when we do things for them, it's because in return they're going to do something for us. The paperwork shows that Tammy Cowan was a cooperator, third-party cooperator, right? Let's rewind back to 2016, 2017. Remember the rumor that Big Meech was going to come home early?
Yeah.
Okay. This ties into that. Now, the case stuck on Cuffy. But because she ended up having sex with the federal agent, they pulled the time cut back for Meech. Now, when I'm talking to Cuffy, I said, Cuffy, why are you telling me this happened, and how do you know, and he's not directly on the paperwork? He says, Whack, the line come through her from him. I need you to help me get this bag. Cuffy will tell you, before him, Meech was a small time dude. He said, I put his first million in his pockets. The man literally broke down and cried when he saw the money that I delivered to him. He said the numbers and the situation to this, only me and Meech knew this information. When I got the documents and the paperwork, everything that me and Meech knew, and which we discussed through code, is in the paperwork. Only me and him knew this information. Tammy didn't even know this information.
Now, when Big Meech said he was big crippin', understand this, man. Now, I talked to Blue Da Vinci, and I was on FaceTime with Blue Da Vinci, and Blue Da Vinci told me this. Blue Da Vinci told me, one, Big Meech is claiming that he's a West Boulevard Crip, but he never got put on. He never got jumped into it. He never had to fight onto it. Big Meech is claiming West Boulevard Crip, which is South Central LA. But Big Meech is from Detroit. Big Meech came to LA in his 20s and decided he was gonna join a gang. Bro lived in Detroit his whole life, never joined a gang in Detroit. Came to LA for about 6 months. Got put on to West Boulevard Crip, even though he never really got put on because he never got jumped in. Got a part of or associated with a gang at like 25, 26 years old. Goes to prison. Now, all of a sudden, he's like the big Crip. Bro, you wasn't even a Crip for 6 months before you got arrested. Like that. It's embarrassing. And also, you are almost 60. Why is being a Crip a badge of honor? Why are you like damn near bragging about this? It doesn't make sense whatsoever. Now, Big Meech also spoke on 50 Cent and other people exposing him for snitching. And what he says only tells me Big Meech is 100% guilty. Because Big Meech keeps bringing up, well, there ain't no paperwork, but he doesn't address the accusation itself. The accusation is, you and Tammy was a federal informant. That's a guaranteed fact. The federal informant was your power of attorney. You introduced the federal informant to other street dudes and other dudes who were dealing drugs who got arrested because of that informant. Address that specifically. He doesn't. He talks around it and asks, well, where the paperwork at? Well, that's the point. You didn't want to do the snitching yourself, so you stick the federal informant on the street dudes so they can give information on your behalf.
Gotta ask, we men, we real gangsters, bro. We real stand-up guys, right? Me being a rapper and being an artist and being in the limelight, right? I'm used to the internet. I understand this. You was gone 20 years.
Right.
I'm sure y'all ain't had like trolls and back then. And I ain't saying nobody specifically. I'm just talking about overall. You heard? Like, I understand how this go. I deal with so many niggas that I don't know, niggas that never met me, niggas that don't know nothing about me, won't say nothing to me when they see me, none of that. And I'm not saying that like talking like a tough nigga,
Like
just
a tough guy.
I'm just
I
being a
know
man,
exactly
you know
how
what
you
I'm saying?
mean.
I got a son that look up to me, bro, you know what I mean? I gotta stand on, man, you heard? But I understand how this go with the saying and just niggas like, bro, just niggas and niggas just speaking, bro. Like, how the like how that felt to you to do 20 years and come out and got it, and you see it's these type of niggas in the world now.
Man, you know, they always say you can't argue with yourself.
Mm.
So sometimes you gotta let them just talk and say anything, and then people find out what they saying ain't nothing. Like, if you don't got nothing to hide, then what you got to speak up for? I don't got nothing to hide. I don't got no points to prove. You know what I'm saying? If I done anything wrong, if any man done anything wrong when it comes to being a rat,
Yeah.
you got paperwork.
Okay.
Ain't no such thing as he third party.
You say, she say.
Yeah, you can't. I can't say, hey, you tell for me, and they gonna give me the time up. No, because you know who got to go in that courtroom to get his time cut?
You do.
That's right.
Yeah.
If you gonna be in that, it's on the docket sheet.
This is like your girl doing some late night creeping, going over to the dude's house, getting her back broken in, and then coming back home. And you don't see no text messages, right, between her and another guy because she deletes everything, but you see call logs. But then she says, yeah, those are calls. Yeah, I called the dude, but what do you know we talked about? Where's the text messages at? No, you ain't text, but I got the call. Well, hey, where the text at? If you don't see no text, I didn't cheat. It's similar. Hey, bruh, you don't see no paperwork. Where the paperwork at? Where the black and white? If no paperwork, I didn't tell. Yeah, but we can use contact clues. We can use the words of the informant who said that she informed on your behalf. We could use the fact that everything you and that man discussed was being used against him by the informant. Who put her onto game? Who laced the informant with game? Let's just say, best case scenario, Big Meech did not know the informant was an informant. You still told the informant crucial and pivotal information that you and Cuffy discussed, and that got Cuffy arrested and indicted. You asked the informant to broker a deal between Cuffy, the kingpin, and a truck driver who just got out of prison. That got Cuffy indicted as well. So this nonsense of, oh, if there's no paperwork, I didn't tell. Nah, cut it. Yo, you learned that from the West Coast, man. You learned that from the West Coast, bruh. Because that's an LA nigga favorite line. Yo, we've seen LA dudes get caught for snitching because they told the police information, and the first thing they say is this: I mean, the police said I did it, but there's no interrogation footage or signed statements or body cam footage, so I didn't tell because you can't believe the police, right? Huh? The police said you told them this information. Well, we don't trust the police. So if the police says that I told them where the drug house was at and they found a drug house and I told them where the guns were and the kilos were, well, that's off the record. You know, they lied. I didn't say it. That is the LA nigga mindset that Big Meech apparently adopted because he got put on. But he continued, man, and I don't know, bro. The more he talked about where the paperwork at, it just came across as somebody who knew they did wrong, who know that they wrong, but they knew exactly how they covered up their tracks and they know where the hole is. So you'll never be able to get Meech just dead right in paperwork because Meech went through this informant. But if the informant is telling you that Meech put her up to it, then what are we still discussing?
That you going in here
Ain't
and
no
you
hiding
going to
that doctor
judge.
shit either.
Right, ain't no hiding that.
Or no sentencing
You
transcript.
see what I'm saying? So like you can't appoint someone to tell for you and then or what they want to call it third party and like you get the credit for or they can't up the case, oh, because he or she is the DEA. You know what I'm saying? What I will say, like, when it come to me, like, I ain't used to doing a whole lot of talking anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, not when it come to some negative.
Yeah.
I'm on positive.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? I know that I'm going to exonerate myself because I'm an honorable man.
Absolutely.
Always been honorable and stand up. And those dudes that I left in them joints that took pictures with me and walked the yards with me, they the ones got the attitude.
Yeah.
So the trolls got to deal with them. You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to deal with them, and you may not never know who that may be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know who I am. I'm
Absolutely.
comfortable in who I am. I did time with the worst of the worst, and I did time with some easygoing people. You know, but at the end of the day, law enforcement, everybody respect me because I'm an honorable man, and they never asked me to do no type of snitching or none of that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but living in this internet era, I just say to the young people, man, they really got to have a strong stomach because me, I got grandkids, I got kids. You know, some from the young generation is like, they let so much stuff get to them.
Yeah, they
You
do.
know what I mean? And that don't really matter. It don't even matter. It's
Shit
like
ain't deserve
they don't
no
know how
attention.
to do the Aaliyah and pick themselves up and try again.
Mm.
You know, they do. Man, everybody, if I was young and spent plenty of money before. Been broke, rich, broke, rich, broke, rich. That's the name of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Each time you learn how to keep it. So you don't let nobody make you feel bad about you spending all your money, losing all your money, whatever, however you lost it, because we all done did it. You know what I'm saying? You got certain that may have got $50,000 for their first rap deal, and they was back out there selling crack.
Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Is Big Meech all bad? Or do y'all believe Big Meech that he didn't tell? Let me know, man. All right, and if you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here to find out how Meek Mill or why Meek Mill just lashed out and exposed Charlamagne the God. I'm going to see you guys in this Meek Mill Charlamagne video. And if you enjoy this content, like this video and then click the hype button after you like it. It's going to pop up. The hype button is the best way to push my videos in the algorithm for me. So please, please, please send me a hype. I'm going to see you guys in this Meek Mill Charlamagne video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.